This is a multicultural world, and I think every discipline should have some understanding of what the others in that society are facing.
It expands the student's notion of the human. It expands their notion of the moral. It expands their notion of what it is to be kind of engaged deeply with the problem of how to live a good life.
This is their chance for them to explore UT and explore the great diversity that we're fortunate to have here.
If you have enough money to pay all my own bills and still have funds for leisure activities, if that applies to you, you take another one. So if all three apply to you for each one, you would end up having 3 paper clips of the same color. And you start forming your chain all the way across. Okay, you can come up and start doing this. Like I said, both sides of the table.
I think cultural diversity in education is very important. At the beginning of the course, we look at what sociocultural knowledge is and how it relates to different cultural communities. The focus is on the different cultural aspects that influence the learning process, whether that be the culture of schools or the culture of students and their homes, and either the matches or mismatches between the school culture and the home cultures.
As I've seen in my personal life and many of my friends, we tend to stay in our own group of friends, meaning our own race and our own ethnicity of friends. But in a cultural diversity class, you have this opportunity and a fun experience most of the time to experience things that you sometimes limit yourselves from.
In the class that's called Covering the U.S. Latino Community, what I want them to do is to learn who makes up the Latino community. Once they get out of our class, I want them to be able to apply those same skills to other underrepresented groups, so that whatever they learn, they'll understand that there's some of the same sorts of nuances.
We need to realize that there are other minorities out there and that their issues and problems that are concerning them are also important.
In this class, I usually get students from all across campus. This is one of the ones that I teach that does bring in nursing and engineering students and natural science students and architecture students. Partly because for many this is an opportunity to take something that is so obviously and explicitly what they did not get in high school.
The class was mainly a literature course on gay and lesbian authors. A lot of what we were reading and what was being said really hit home on a personal and emotional level as well, that may not even have anything to do with sexuality per se, but just human experience.
We really need to give students an opportunity to draw on the resources of all of English literature to help face those deep life questions that every literary tradition in every language evolved to try to address.
I think it's particularly important to teach cultural diversity in theater because so many people see it and they start to think it is a reflection of the society around them.
No, but I mean, why is there even a Black History Month? There's no month to celebrate people from the Middle East or Asians. I mean,
the students are producing projects in my class, and I've tried to look at cultural diversity in various ways in assigning those projects. One of the assignments, for instance, was to look at the role of women in 1959 and the role of women in 2010, and how they were economically advantaged or disadvantaged depending on their race and the fact that they were women. A lot of things have changed, and it's important to see where people have come from and where they have arrived.
I hope the takeaway for them is that regardless of what group you're looking at, you will start to take apart some of the stereotypes and realize that one size does not fit all.
If students walk away with more skills and more tools for being able to live and work with others that are not like them, then I think we're going to have much more productive relationships.
They're going to have to learn that there are people who think differently, look differently, want different things, and they're all going to have to coexist in the same society. And I hope they will learn to do that in a more caring and empathetic way.